Hey, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're kicking some butt. So, today I'm going to show you one of the most impressive mobs on Cyrene. And some of you guys are probably going to expect it to be a big mob. I know everybody always thinks that way when they're, get that off that real quick. Um, the reality is, in Entropia universe, people going after big mobs is actually part of, and I'm not trying to be mean about this, part of the reason they struggle on maintaining being profitable when they're playing Entropia Universe, honestly, well, progressing skills. And I'm not saying that it's not cool to hunt big mobs and stuff like that. It is. It's absolutely a blast. I want to see exactly what we have. Um, Here's the deal. I'm trying to balance this off on keeping track of stuff. Overall, I don't even know why I have a BLP pack, guys, to be honest. We'll drop that in there. So we have 28 ped right there. Boom, boom. Most of this will be very, very easy to keep track of because I'll show you in segments. Um, the mob I'm going to show you are Arrets. Woo, guys. Took some damage in my recent adventures on the board. I've got a spare that we have in prep for if my board ever breaks. That'll suck. These things really took a second to get all the stuff on Rocktopia to bust out. Now we're good. Not the easiest thing to craft, guys. I mean, skill-wise, it's not that hard, but you know, half the challenge to crafting, honestly, guys, is knowing where to get the stuff, being able to a lot of times craft the sub components and stuff like that. I should have came right off of this edge right here. I'll show you exactly where I am before we start hunting, and I'm going to explain why this mob, and I believe on Calypso Exosauruses, they'll are one of the mobs that has good markup drops, yet drops good skills at the same time, right? Um, I agree that's an excellent mob. I'm not going to ever disagree with somebody for skilling. So this is a level 5 mob. I'm scanning it here for y'all. I mean, for you guys. Um, and as you can see, it has a stamina 2. So it literally, this is a 20 hit point level 5 mob. And so, um, let's see what we're going to hunt it with. I'm probably the lowest level realistically in that. But I'm attempting to work up my pyrokinetics. And we have a variety of weapons, and I actually should show you with a lower weapon. I'm going to show you realistically with a less expensive weapon what this is going to look like first. Let's click this button so we know which one. So this thing only has a very, let's pop off this. Let me detach the stuff real quick. Don't worry, guys. Okay, so this is what we're going to equip. So this is a 3.3 pad item. Like really, actually, not very expensive. The deal is you guys aren't going to be able to get these really, more or less. You'd have to come craft them. But it's an excellent weapon. The reason I'm going to be using this weapon um, is it's going to spray a lot of rounds fast. These have exactly 20 life. You're going to see that it's going to consistently take them down pretty dang fast. And I'm going to move this over here so that we can... I'll burn up the rest of that little one later on. Now this weapon, it's actually highly efficient. Normally I would be using this. Excellent weapon. It's also in the same range. Slower shoot range though, guys. Okay, so watch. I'm going to consume a skill pill and a loot pill just because I don't want to have to be dealing with the fact that we're going to have them dropping faster than we want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So see the tree dragon hides, those are okay. Not really caring about that as much. What you're going to see is I'm going to start raking in the skills. My skills are already reasonable. They're not high. That tree dragon tooth, that's a good markup. All shrapnel is 101% automatically, you guys, just so you know. Always save that stuff. Use it up. Sometimes I use it when I'm mining too. Shrapnel's amazing. I switched off on that too fast, guys. Don't worry, we're just going for skills. I think you guys do see the skill flow is impressive even at our point. And I'll switch to a different weapon so you can see it's not that I'm using like a super high skill weapon or something like that. By the way, I do love this weapon. And, oh, see, that tree's somehow blocking me. Now, muscle oil, that's not high profit. Sometimes I use it in crafting runs, though, so for me, it has some kind of utility. We've got the lesser claws right there. Those are going to have a good markup, too. I'll show you what's going on in a second. Bones, that's a good markup. Honestly, I think I would get a higher markup if I refine them into the calcium stuff. But I would have to look, guys, so. By the way, these guys also drop paints and stuff. I don't want to tell you which ones without them actually physically dropping in front of you guys, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I don't remember. And we know we have 100% accuracy if you guys see it, right? This is also why I like to sometimes give these. And I only have the amount that we made. This is off of a limited blueprint, sadly. If I had a permanent blueprint of this, though, I would be making these hard. Nah, that's probably not true. The materials that go into it are exceedingly not unlimited. But you guys do see that we're just flying up these points, right? Okay, so here's the deal. In order for you guys to see, we're going to switch out. I'm going to switch to the maze hammer. I know a lot of people don't use this maze hammer. If you don't know about the maze hammer, it's a pretty cool weapon. Mine has not been tiered yet because it actually does not have great tier numbers. Well, I guess it has okay tier numbers. I'm not a club person, guys, most of the time. So this realistically is probably going to be a good demonstration of stuff because as I'm not a club person, this, oh, I don't like the attack speed of this comparably though at all, guys. Oof. feel way less. This, by the way, you can get this on Cyrene. There's a little mission. Um, let's look at this, guys. I'll show you stuff on it. Maze Hammer increases your running speed by 10%, by the way. Um, it's repairable a long time ago, by the way, when you first used to get it. Um, it was not, and you like literally just held it once in a great while. That was a really good return. We're not burning up that kind of stuff. This little maze hammer, it's 5 pet altogether. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. By the way, if you guys are trying to be efficient and stuff like that, you're gonna want to get like permanent chips if you use chips. I'm gonna heal while we're actually still fighting this mob. I believe that if you're fighting a mob while you heal, it goes into the loot pool, and I actually don't know what happens to your healing stuff if you're out of combat. Like, I don't think that they keep track of a pet reward for that. I could be wrong on that, but you know what I mean? How would that work? And so I always try to heal while actually engaging a mob if I can. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I have a little regeneration going on, so there's kind of that too. So here, this is a better example, yeah. So I'm not a clubber like I told you guys. In real life, I'm not a clubber too. But reality-wise, this is a within normal people's score. I think a lot of people are in that range. And so this is going to be a better perspective of what you would get skill-wise. This is, of course, a pet item. And so we kind of have a measure of what's going on with this a little bit better. And this is this is absolutely why you'll consistently see people over here skilling up with like specific weapons. So you don't want to come in here with like a giant weapon at all, right? You are literally better off with one of these repairable ones like this Falcata, right? You get this on next island. You go do some mission stuff, boom, you get that. This thing's cool. One day I'm going to have this up to tier 2. Where are we at? Yeah, 1 point something. So it's a slow process. But this, as a mob, will convert to better skills than I think you would basically imagine when you're starting to do this. So there used to be this situation called Billy's Bar on Rocktopia, in which you could get mad skills for a while um, before they effectively kind of realized that well, they realized that you could get mad skills effectively. But um, these guys, they're not to the level of, hey, this is an exploit almost in nature, but it's a 5th level creature, right? And what's going on here is we're going to gain more skills, and I don't know what their calculation is or how their matrix like works through, right? But I can tell you there are certain mobs that have a low amount of life, yet they have a reasonably like 5th through 7th level type level. They have a drop pattern that's consistently higher markup items, and they give out better skills. And then there are some mobs that like are gonna be like way less skilly wise. I mean, like it's each mob is its own pool, right? But this mob, I'm gonna tell you guys for sure, if you go check it out for yourself, and you don't have to believe me, you can be like, well, I think it's agnostic about it, right? I'm not really sure right off the bat, so I don't want to be quoted as saying that, but But you can take the approach of like, well, I hear what you're saying, but I don't actually know, right? Totally reasonable. That's what I would do too. So what I'm going to tell you is you go take a little bit of ped, a reasonable amount, and I don't even care. You can even effectively discount the skill curve that you'll get from the first mob grouping. And like, you look at how much skills you think you get, and there are some good mobs. And comparatively, I would probably argue that this mob is going to beat the other mob. And so, as you can tell, we're flying up points. It's not taking as much. Um, I literally busted out a couple plasma guns and stuff like that. Came here, shot up my plasma a little bit, burned them out, grabbed the rest to be able to get my plasma stuff to have it to where I could successfully be in the range that we were looking at for being able to start manufacturing those one plasma guns. And so I'll show you this too. So this is where we're at higher level, right? So for preference, I mean for I don't know. I'm not with it today, guys. So obviously 55, 82 in pyrokinetics, right? So that's a skill that isn't going to go up very fast. Now watch this. Now, by the way, I had to borrow this, and I want to thank Deepwater for hooking me up for this. He let me borrow his combustive chip, and that was very cool of him. Um, this is a combustive chip 1. It's going to allow me to skill my pyrokinetics on these guys, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And I'll probably be skilling a lot of pyrokinetics on low-level mobs with this thing before I hand it back. I'm pretty sure I'm tearing it for him. Out of, hey, thank you. It hit 1.99, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, it's very cool of him to let me even borrow this. He has a YouTube channel, by the way. I'd recommend that for sure. And he plays this game, obviously, right? So, all that other stuff is great to skill and stuff. The valuable one for me right now is the pyrokinetics, to be honest. And see these bones? Those are no joke, but in all honesty, let's get 5 of them together, and I'll make sure that we would get a better outcome. Well, 5 of them's a horrible choice, guys. I'm not gonna. So every time you use the refiner, there's a cost to it. And so, I'm hesitant to just refine small amounts of anything, but I'll show you what I'm talking about anyway. So we're already almost a point of power catalysm, or catalyst. Plus we'll get a better survey of stuff. So you guys, I hope you know, and I'm not going to say this is a fact. It is my opinion and my belief that loot composition is affected by the weapon and the overall ped flow into it. And a whole bunch of other factors, including like optimum loot pool and stuff like that. But it is kind of an opinion, and not just my opinion, of a few people that like you're not going to get too many times out of variation in ped value from the amount you put at, right? And I'm not saying like outside of outliers I mean, I'm saying outside of outliers, like globals and stuff like that are a different thing. But you know what I mean? Within your like what are they called? Cat whisker type quadrant stuff going on. The likelihood of it being vastly this way or that way from the ped value put in is not that high. You know what I'm saying? By the way, to get value on anything you guys are actually hunting, you have to hunt to the amount that you actually have enough of it to sell it, covering auction fees and at a profit. You know what I'm saying? It is literally better to sit there and sweat if you have to, till you're at, what, enough to do a hunt that you're going to have a 30, 40 ped pile of each thing so that you kind of have a clue that you're going to get markup. Because a lot of the people buying materials, they're crafters. And in many cases, they're probably looking for a stack within specific price ranges. Like, but it's hard to get the actual markup of any with 50 pack in a material. Just, you know what I'm saying? By the way, skills and stuff like that impact how well you do. So don't take what you're seeing as an across the board. You may have much higher looting skills than me, or much lower. I don't believe that's going to be a huge factor for a person, but it is a factor. And so, that's why you don't depend on globals. You depend on markup. Flat out. In fact, every bit of money to be made in this game is pretty much from either an investment that has a residual passive income in which you put money in, or you've engaged in some value adding activity of some kind, like healing and stuff like that. Which, by the way, value adding activity, you can go and do a lot of stuff, including just randomly exploring in this game, gathering stone and fruit up, sell that in the auction house when you get like a pile of 10,000. There's some olive paint. And you're committing value adding activity and you're going to get ped off of it. You know what I'm saying? And so, but the ped value of that, the actual money off of it, is coming from the markup from a player, not the value of it TT-wise. And so, at the end of the day, knowing what has markup is hugely important. Huge important. By the way, if you guys are watching this at this point, I am going to be doing a series on making money in Entropia. And a whole bunch of other stuff, including like basic guides and stuff like that. That's a heads up. We just hit 38th level as a pyro, guys. Saying that's exciting, right? So I am literally reviewing all of the videos that I can find on stuff on Entropia that's like, you know, basically I find stuff that I think would be helping you guys out. I am likely, not even likely, I'm going to be on Calypso probably for about a week or two at minimum while we knock out a whole bunch of explaining different aspects of this game. Um, Plus, I'm going to make sure to give credit to the people that I ended up learning stuff from by watching their videos. And so I'm only going to do the videos because I absolutely would like to combine the stuff that I've learned from watching all the videos that I've watched so far, and including I plan on watching many more. But on top of that, I feel that I actually know some sneaky kind of trick stuff and other things that I haven't seen covered at this point at all in anybody's videos. And so I feel that there are some significant things that could be explained about this game. But by far, I will tell you guys that I don't know everything about this game, right? At all. I know some about this game. I'm going to research the crap out of it this weekend for sure. More. Um, I have played in space and have played different aspects of the game. I'm sure some of you guys know some of that stuff. But I feel that basically I'd like to break down some of the components. Not going to do it exactly right here, but flat out, this is an amazing game. And consistently, I see people that like the game, but then they feel disheartened and cheated because they're not doing well. And them not doing well doesn't help me out at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not trying to compete against each other. Realistically, this is an economics game. And so, like, I don't have time to do everything in the game. Somebody else doing well at something doesn't burn me at all. And so, I think there's a lot of, well, there's just a lot of really good information out there, actually. Like, hey, I'm serious about this, you guys. I mean, like, we'll look at this. Probably we should just look at the pyro stuff even. But I would rather you go blast the crap out of this mob. Check it out for yourself. I mean, like, you can believe me on stuff. And that's great. I'm going to show you the composition. And I'm not hunting efficiency. I mean, efficiently. This is definitely overkill zapping. But I'm literally hunting for skill. And I can tell you the amount of skills that we're getting right here is absolutely impressive. And this is a little mob. And so, just gonna say that. Oh, killed him too fast. So what I would like to say is, legit, if you guys are watching on Twitch or on YouTube, I don't really know everything about the game. I would like to know, do you have ideas? Do you have a secret that's not going to mess you over? I'm not telling you, like, give me your secret sauce in which there's a limited, hey, if I know this and I tell people, it will mess you over. I don't give people secrets like that. And so, and many people have let me know little things that, because they let me know in confidence, I just won't share that. But legitimately, if there's something that's a mass across the board thing, like on Calypso, it's often easier to move sweat if you've saved up 100,000, 200,000. You might as well at that point move it, honestly. I mean, like, you're probably no longer doing the little daily thing. I'm gonna click hit this guy to where you get the, what is it, 2.5, I think now that they give you with that SSI. In which if you're new, you guys should be using SSIs and events 100%. Like if you're not using SSIs and events, not even sure what to say. Because for new people, that is absolutely one of the greatest thing in the world. Honestly, even for most veteran players, unless you've like really narrowed the crap out of what you're doing in the game, events and well, events as a whole are just awesome. But besides the social aspect of it, excuse me. But see, we're gonna get easily several points of everything. And I think everybody knows that after you get over a certain amount of points, it really just feels like holy crap, right? Ooh, there's a lot of them down in this hole. I kind of want to target these guys. So I don't know if this is the very, very best mob in all of Entropia, but it is absolutely for a lower level person for sure, and actually for even me, one of the best mobs I've found for being able to just skill up. And it doesn't matter what we were trying to skill, we'd be flowing in just as fast, pretty much. I mean, like it's very impressive. Um, Another thing I'm going to tell you guys about skilling is kitting your gear is kind of not a bad idea, guys. You know you gain skills faster with a kitted weapon, right? And I'm going to just show you guys this because sometimes I feel that people don't know about this. Um, Look, which one is it? Is it scopes that skill you faster? Oh yeah. Wait, what is it? Maybe it's skill mod. I don't remember what it is. I don't know if skill mod is skill gain, guys. So let me not say that for sure. Let me look that up. And when I know for sure, I'll say. I know that there are increased skill gain stuff, but I really feel that the increased skill gain stuff specifically says increased skill gain. And so that could just be a modifier to the amount of skill being applied to qualify you for a weapon. I don't know. Which is still useful. I'll be answering that on Monday for sure. And I'll also show you guys why this is such a high markup item. Type dropping thing. So let's look at this real quick. So we're starting to get a few of these, but we don't have a bunch. 400, 500% markup is normal for that. I believe those would find down to something too. I don't really know what the markup on these are. Oh, no one's even sold some yet. I don't know. Interesting. Okay, so next we're gonna look at these bones. So those only have 173% markup. That's not bad. I'll have to look at what the calcium has. These are also in the, you know, well, they used to be at 500% markup. Now they're floating all the way up into like 600. Kind of shocking me a little bit, guys. The rest of this stuff is not mind-blowing. 140% markup's not horrible. And of course, obviously, this doesn't sell enough. And so, I don't know if that's worth grabbing. Not worth grabbing. Um, outside of that, let's switch back to this guy. I actually feel we were doing better with this guy. Don't you guys feel? I'm starting to think this is one of my favorite little weapons. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of crafting when we get there too. But I was going to separate out some of the videos into crafting specifically. Because honestly, guys, crafting it's a big thing. It's not some, hey, little type thing. You know, it's its own beast. And so, and honestly, it matters how you approach crafting a lot too. I'll tell you guys, a huge portion of what I craft is for my specific own convenience and so that I have access to exclusive stuff that maybe not everybody else does. Yeah, see, we're doing better with this weapon markup wise. So this is a better weapon, guys. You guys seeing this? So you don't want to just be hunting with the biggest thing just to hunt with the biggest thing necessarily. That guy's skilling knives behind us. And I mad respect that. So, if you're going to skill a knife, there's, I think, an unlimited knife that'd probably be perfect for this. I just don't know what it is because I haven't shot knives like that. But the trade terminal knife is perfect for this too. And that eliminates you having any markup applied to the thing, so. Kind of curious about our butchering. That's still going up slow. By the way, if you're on Cyrene right this second, let me know. I mean, like, are you playing this game right now? Are you on Cyrene right now? Are you trying to skill? If so, seriously? I don't even know how expressly many times I can tell people. Everybody I'm trying to help out that comes to this planet, I legit pick them up and take them to this mob. Once I was told about it, I even was like, is there going to be a difference? Yes. And there's other mobs that are like this on other planets. So I'm not going to be like, this is exclusively. Did I just get us caught somehow? You know what you do when this happens? You be really thankful you have vehicles on you. Well, I'll use my skateboard. See, free myself. Sometimes you can unstick yourself with a vehicle just as a hey. I think a lot of people have already knew that probably. Did we really run out of weapon cells, guys? Shocking. Okay, so we're at 24 ped and weapon cells right now. I'm reusing it. We had 34 or something like that in the beginning. I don't know. Let's look. We're probably not at break even, but we're not doing bad for sure. Okay, hold on 1 second. We'd also have a repair build, by the way, guys. You know what I'm saying? On just the mine chip stuff. And a very small one. And I'll do that too. But you can tell we're burning through nothing worth a pet of that. And so I'm not really sure what we use the lesser claw in right now. I just know they have really good markup. And so we were paying sloppy attention to our ammo actually and stuff like that. So don't take the end result of this to reflect anything direct, you know what I'm saying? Like we'll do well, but like that doesn't mean that I mean, like, I didn't check to make sure we didn't have any mind essence. I don't know if any of that got used. Um, we'd have to calculate the decay of this item. You know what I'm saying? These caps are really just an impressive little weapon. I did not get very many clicks of the BP though. And then a lot of them were handed out to people. I mean, I've burned some up too, but you know, now that I'm thinking of it, which gun might be perfect for Pleeks, and this is probably naughty, is the one that's from Hunt the Thing. That M16 one maybe. I'm kind of wondering. I'm not gonna do it obviously yet, but now I'm gonna be curious. You guys see why this is just an awesome weapon, right? Did we not shoot this guy? So you know one thing that I will say that I'm not sure if people know. Some of you guys know that you can literally just be in the FAP chat. Let me switch this. FAP chat. And eventually somebody's going to discuss healing stuff in the FAP chat. You guys can see my skills anyway. So in FAP, you can just be like, hey, I'm on this planet. I have this specific equipment. I heal. I charge this rate. Blah, blah, blah. You can also do that in several other channels. But specifically, this is for people that are healers. This FAP one, it's not mine. I don't own it. Obviously, right? But legit, that is where people offer their services. And that is where you get healer jobs outside of if you have like an actual consistent hirer dude. Which that happens too. I'm not hey, I go healer people as a consistent thing. But I'm going to tell you, the people that do heal in here are often very good at their job. And if you're looking to get into healing, you probably should actually be like, hey, yo, can I go watch how you do it to somebody that's consistently in there successfully, right? Benchmarking, guys, honestly, Entropia Universe should come with a basic economics and business book. You know what I'm saying? Probably the most effective guide you could put out is just a basic economics and business book. And like flat out, actually, now that I think of it, the best thing you could do for yourself if you're trying to understand how to make money in this game is literally get a business book and get like a macroeconomics book. Probably is all you need to have actually. You know, so you can understand the supply and demand forces and crap and Keynesian like economics, probably maybe a little bit. Nah, that doesn't matter at all. Um, but basically, some of the factors that could go into things wouldn't hurt. I recently read a whole bunch of people's comments in a chat discussion, obviously, in which they were very discouraged and very negative about how they were doing in the game. And I get that it can feel just like overwhelming at first, and you do badly at first for sure. But you don't actually have to. Like I did, but it was consistently because I didn't know what the crap I was doing, and I actually understand business and economics and stuff like that. But I approached the game horribly wrong, and I didn't really understand it. And so, definitely there's ways to shift the way you approach it that can shift the way you do in the game as a whole, for sure. And knowing which mobs you can hunt and get really good like pad flow through, right? While at the same time as getting some high markup stuff and amazing skills. That's how you win. So, and honestly, you win the game by just enjoying yourself, having fun, and stuff like that, right? But not losing your butt, that takes a little bit more focus. And I often even padlock myself. I'm going to just straight up admit it. I'm not going to be like one of those people that... And if you don't know what padlock is, it's where like you're already in the middle of a flow. You already have a system down in which you are profiting, but something pops onto the market, or there's some kind of event, or you just get a itch, and one day you decide to go and do something, and you spend your ped that you need as initial capital or, you know, just raw capital for running your cycle of profitability. And then all of a sudden your profits are gone because you can't actually do what you do because you padlocked yourself. And so now you're spending the next month or so grinding the crap out of the game in order to get up to the amount of ped that you would have to be able to cycle to be profitable. You know what I'm saying? That's pedlock. Which I often do. But mine, I will say consistently, is because of a high value skill that I'll see in the auction house. Hey, how are you doing, Prime Admin? Or because, like, legit, there's a opportunity to get some. So I padlocked myself last month at one point a little bit because there was a combustion chip, a permanent number 3. Um, I didn't intentionally do that. It happened. Um, it's recoverable in this game with patience. But I'm going to tell you, if I would have padlocked myself down to where I was at 20 ped, and then at the end of the hunt to be able to free up money, I would have decided I was just TTing it. Um, you would lose your butt every time because that's not realistically how it works. I don't know who's doing the gauntlet. Wait, Guten? I don't know what they're saying there. I never know what people are saying. But the FAP channel, if you guys are trying to be healers in this game and stuff like that, and you're not in it, you're probably, and there might be a planet specific channel, by the way, too. I don't know. I'm not a hardcore healer. But the FAP channel has healers. It's how most people get healy jobs that I know of. And so, I wouldn't be discouraged in the game for sure. Like, I would just reapproach it from a different direction, and that's what I think most people do. But if you feel discouraged in the game, honestly, socialize with people. Figure out where you're going wrong, and I'm not saying that it's you necessarily altogether as a person, anybody, you know what I'm saying? But it's easier to make pet in this game once you understand it. And it's a big game. You're not legit gonna understand it at first all the way. Did we already burn out all our weapon cells? Let's burn out of this too. Let's look where we're at. We're at 16 there. We're at a whole bunch of this. This isn't going to be a lot of ped value because it's 500% markup, which is good. But so that's about 1 point like something. I'm not going to say a guess because I don't want to be vastly wrong. This, I believe, has better markup, honestly refined, you guys. And I'm going to check for you guys. But I almost think that I could just buy these out of the thing and maybe sell them as refined and probably profit. Because I don't know if everybody realizes that one calcium stuff, it comes from those. Let's burn up this too. So that quick, for less than 100 ped, right? We gained a crap load of that. Actually, we gained a crap load of everything. That's not even going to register all the way because we were throwing fireballs for a second. Now we're throwing some. Who's this over here? I could interview this guy. Ask if he feels these give amazing skills. We'll get a second opinion in here. I've never interviewed a random person playing in the game about stuff ever yet. But this is. Oh, so I don't know. Sometimes people don't. So this is the opinion of Casanova. Which I don't know Casanova personally, but did they shrug their shoulders? Because I wasn't paying good enough attention for. Okay, yes. Hold on. We're gonna give Casanova something. I just wanted to make sure I have one. Boom. That's how easy it is to win. Take it. Boom. Okay, so Casanova is going to love that. Okay, so there's another player that will confirm that yes, they also agree that this mob gives amazing skills. I'm going to tell you that I also told another dude that these give amazing skills, and at first he thought, yeah, I don't know if that's true. So then he rolled over here and killed a bunch of them. And then he messaged me and he let me know, thank you for telling me about this amazing mob and skilling on this amazing mob. I mean, not in those exact words, but pretty much in a very similar manner. And so, if you are just trying to rack up some skills and you want a mob that's going to drop a reasonable amount of high markup items and a reasonable amount of shrapnel so you can grind, right? Because at the end of the day, everybody in this game is trying to get more powerful as much as they want to. It's kind of funny because it's a dual thing. Everybody wants to get more powerful in skill, and everybody wants to be profitable. In which the most profitable thing you could probably do in this game would just be to own financial instruments and trade, just to be honest, okay? And so, but you don't gain skills that way. And so, boom. See, they're going to go heal some people right here. That's Dissy's channel. So people do healy stuff in here too, but that's more of a social group type thing. You know, not a sock, social group type thing. And so, different than a sock. By the way, I hope you're having a great day, Prime Admin, and whoever else is all watching. You guys are awesome. Literally watching every single person's how to make PED in Entropia videos on YouTube this week. Fascinating. I'm not done yet. And then I'm going to organize all that crap. And it's all great stuff. So by crap, I mean it's just the sheer amount of stuff that people actually have decided to put out there on the subject. It's actually impressive. And I would not have been able to like think of all of it at once without reviewing everybody else's stuff, and I wouldn't know if there was other stuff to add. And at this point, there's definitely some other stuff to add, but in all honesty, I feel that it could be organized differently too. So I'm super psyched about that. I'm going to just tell you that there are some people that have came up with ways to earn pet in this game. They're absolutely ridiculously brilliant. But at the end of the day, it takes absolute effort and knowledge to actually be successful at any of them. In most cases, you know what I'm saying? So, but this mob right here, boom, Arrets. All you have to know. The rest of Cyrene's awesome too. Cyrene's an amazing planet. Lots of planets are amazing. But if you're trying to skill, get any low-level weapon of any kind that you want, you head over here to Cyrene. You find this little mob that is legit right here. It's not even like it's anywhere like in distance from something. And then you just come kick the crap out of these guys. I love them, honestly. So ridiculous. So, you know the Exosaurus on Calypso. I almost forgot, guys. That's another mob that's amazing. I'm not going to talk crap about it. It has great drops, gives you really good skill, right? And so, not all mobs are created equal. I will tell you guys that. If you guys think they are, um, that could be your theory. But my theory is that they're vastly not equal. I'm going to make sure that we have 6 of these with us. Oh, we did. We already got our 6. So now I'm going to come show you why some of this stuff is important. That's important to know too, right? This is why hover devices are awesome, by the way, because you can just get so many places. You flip them out. Those hack fish are kind of cool. I'm not proficiently in love with hunting underwater, actually, at this point. I do understand that there's a concept of a merfolk village. I like that concept. Um, just gonna be a quick grab some stuff real quick. I just need to grab 500 sweat real quick, guys. Turn this in. We're still collecting faction badges, and we're gonna be collecting faction badges for a pretty long time, to be honest. Oh, there it is. And I'm needing to get the rest of the sweat for the 80,000 sweat turn in for this. I am working on that, and then we will finish that out. I did find out while doing this, by the way, guys, that if you take and refine sweat from a crate, it counts as collecting sweat. Just so you know. You don't actually have to sweat that. I actually didn't find that out until my last one, which is kind of sad. On that, and that's why it's 2,000 over. I had got a 5,000 crate, and I was like 3,000 almost away, right? And what happened is I refined it, and all of a sudden I was like, boom, there you are over. And so that's awesome and everything, but I wish I would have known it a little bit earlier, for sure. So these are all very important to know about. This is the enhanced metal, the enhanced calcium. And I'll show you what the deal with this is. Because kind of feeds into what was going on back there with the bones and stuff. Boom. Come here real quick. That's why this is such an amazing game. So if you know stuff, I don't know them. There's so many people in this game. I like it. So a long time ago, you'd come here and you wouldn't meet as many people. By the way, if you kill 100 drill bots, per every 100 drill bots, you can do this every day, you get 44 peck in weapon handling. If you figure that out, right, if you just did that for 30 days or 20 days or 10 days, that's a considerable amount of actual skill on top of what you already get. Obviously, you just saw me pick up the one mining missions. They stack with these mining missions. Stacking missions, that's going to be important for you to not actually do badly in this game. Now, next good thing is, I'm going to grab this. We always, wait, the pattern shirt. I don't care about that right now. I have enough tailor for everything I currently craft tailor-wise. So I'll show you what we did care about. Watch this. So, cube enhanced metal right here, right? This is something you have to refine. That's 600% to make that. I believe it's the one metal and Zorn ingots that makes that compound. Then, which we're gonna bust one of these out real quick. So this daily gives you a faction badge and some skill. I don't think we succeeded right there. I don't obviously have this way high as a blueprint right now, so it's kind of sad. We actually get our butt kicked a little bit making these. a lot right now, obviously. But we want this skill, and so it's worth it at the end of the day. Did we get a success? Yep. Okay. Next one we're going to do, I'm going to just type in cube. This is going to allow me to show you this. So this calcium, we don't actually have one, but bone recycles into outstanding calcium, in which nobody even has some for sale. And when it does go for sale, it's usually in that range. But honestly, it's bone refined is outstanding calcium. This actually is probably the one that's actually, the lurker lube is the one with the Zorn, guys. Sorry about that. So weirdly enough, everything refines. The refined products are usually worth more. Let's look up what this is worth. 600% markup. That's not bad. Got a success. Then we're going to go to weapons. This is the most important one for me personally. So there's other ones that are important if you're going to like be a crafter for armor or tools and stuff like that. I mostly am dependent on subcomponents, obviously, and I craft a lot of weapons. And so for me, the more important ones are not that, you know. So let's look at this. We'll go gather up our stuff real quick. This is why this planet is absolutely dominating too. And for it being such a little planet, like just the amount of skills you can rack on it are ridiculous. Boom. So now this is what I'm going to show you. We just got the manufacture metal equipment skill. And the other one we need, which we need, is manufacture electronic equipment skill. And so as you guys know, the manufacture skills, you want them because they're important for succeeding. And so that's super important. Then back here where we're about to go, I'm going to show you this because this is epic. Everybody knows that their manufacture weapons is low most of the time if you craft weapons. It's a part of every weapon that you could possibly craft. Here is where you get it from crafting that gun. So I got 6 pack in manufacture weapons. Boom, there's a couple more points for me. Let's find it on here. Bringing us up just slightly closer to that 3,000 mark, which is going to take a second, obviously, to get to, right? And so, not a big deal, but slowly you do get there. So, let's look at the actual overall markup of what we got. Besides, like, the fact that we just dominated the crap out of the skill stuff, right? We got a bunch of these, which we used for the daily. I'm not going to sell them right now because I don't have a giant stack. Obviously, they would sell. Um, Everybody comes to this planet and does that daily. There's almost a tourism market on Cyrene with components. And I'm going to just be honest with you. And so a lot of people don't live on Cyrene necessarily, but they do visit Cyrene. So these, I'm going to not really probably need these because they don't have a high enough markup for what I'm looking for right now. The cube empowered lube, I don't even know if people sell that. They do, I guess. So we could sell that. I'm racking up a bunch of it, honestly, because we've been doing the daily. Let's see how much we actually have. 2. Boom. Okay, so we could sell that probably easily for 200 ped. This enhanced metal, I'm not sure if people sell that or not. So that does sell too. Obviously, because we've been doing the daily, we have a grip load of that too. And so anything that you're going to want to sell, you're going to want to sell in larger packs. I'm going to drop these in here. Let's check the markup. I think we already did. 140%. That's reasonable markup. I would consider that worth taking back. Of course, on a mothership, right? Oh, let's check the markup on this. Sorry, guys. I think this is the one that we found out hadn't sold in a really long time. I'm going to be honest. I have a lot of blueprints. I would find a use for that at that markup before anything. Olive paint, I'm not sure the markup on it. 140%, that's not horrible. I think I already have a whole crap load of this because we have been consistently hunting the same mob, which allows you to get a big enough pile of something to be worth something, right? So let's see. Olive. We're slowly getting there. That's not really worth enough to be impressive, right? Low grade metal compound. Now this is important, but I believe we got that as a kickback from the stuff. But I'll show you what I'm talking about in value wise, because that is important. So low grade metal compound, you refine as a material. And so you can look it up. It's on a wiki. Reality wise though, 600% markup. And so, oh, and is it scrap metal that's the low grade metal compound? I'm not really sure right this second, guys, so I don't want to misinform you. So 500% markup right here. We got a little bit of it. I wouldn't sell it at that size of a stack, obviously, but we have a big stack. I've not been using these in anything I'm doing right now. Before I sell this, I'm obviously going to see what we could refine this into. I did craft some of these too. Um, these I'm crafted to make something. Those really don't have as much a use as I wanted. 173% markup in that form. Let's check this out. Okay, we're going to take all these bones. Boom, 59 bones. So I don't think it's efficient to craft to refine things if you're refining under 1,000 units. So right off of the bat, because I'm doing this to show you, I'm not going to be making a good choice. But let's look at the difference. Let's go boom. And I want to pin this crap right here. So, and then let's look at, this is a full TT one because I haven't used it to refine anything. Let's double check that, right? Yeah. Okay, so we haven't used it to refine anything. Boom. Refine this. Okay, so we got our little kickback. We would have used, oh, a pack. That's not a big deal. So we got decent calcium off of it, right? Which is what I told you we'd get off of it. Honestly, we would have probably been better leaving it the other way markup wise. So the only way that this is benefiting me is because we're using it to use those dailies, which is interesting, right? No, they're within the same zone. Okay, so honestly, do you guys, I don't feel it really matters. I don't know if we'd sell this successfully. Do you guys kind of want to find out? I don't know who all is crafting stuff that they need these. I'm not really sure we'd sell them successfully or not. I use them to a point. I'm kind of curious to see if we would, but I hate facing loss in auction. And so we'll wait till we play out that whole using them up utility wise. So just so you guys know, probably for likelihood of selling them, I would probably leave them in bone form. That seems to have a much higher, more common market selling thing, right? Just to be honest. Hold on. Oh, okay. See, that makes sense. See, this is the stuff we get. Thank you, man. That's very handy to know. Yeah, that would make sense. It really just nobody uses them that much for the other form is what it looks like, and it kind of shocked me. They look like they similar markup, but the likelihood you're going to sell this is not as good. So guys, I would leave them in bone form, just to be honest. Like that's definitely going to be the form that you're going to want to keep them in. These, what bugs me about this crap is I'm not seeing any cells on the hide, right? Do we have enough of these to even make it worth? I'm going to refine a set of these hides, see if we get cells recorded on leather. This isn't a good amount, by the way, to even do this on. You should not do it if you have that few of something. There's no cells on that, too. Let me double check. So, guys, I can't tell you crap about this, honestly. Anything that there's no cells on, it's just an opinion. And so I don't want to do that. And so let's look at this now. This is 400% markup right now, but that's not consistent. So honestly, this is probably more realistic, the 107, 110. But that is cool, the idea that somebody like got 400% good for them, I guess, right? That's definitely not a normal thing. And then I think everybody on every planet's seen the markup on this. This is not really impressive. The thing is, I craft, and so this stuff is absolutely handy for me in a different way. And so, because we've been attempting to get a bunch of different blueprints. And so, as you can see, this stuff goes into a bunch of stuff. In fact, if you watch, well, I don't know, maybe knock out. You know what? I wasn't trying to make a crafting stream, so I'll probably not kick that up yet. But I did want to let you guys know if you guys have any input on things that you think help people make money in this game, um, shoot me a message, make a comment, stuff like that. Reality wise, I would like to get a pretty good put together video series on not losing your butt in this game. You actually can do really well in Atropia is the thing. Like, I padlock myself, but when I do padlock myself, it's because of a personal choice to make a large scale investment at the time itself, in which I'm either buying up a skill or something highly valuable to myself. Reality wise, consistently, there's a lot of people that are capable of, if they're disciplined, making ped in this game. It just literally, you're not going to make ped off of Entropia. You're going to make ped off of the economic value that you add to the game as a utility because other players are rewarding you with their economic power. And so, I mean, I'm not going to tell you you're not going to, like, there's a 1 in 20,000 people that just gets lucky as crap HOFs and they're like gold because some people are lucky. But like you don't want to rely on luck in a game like this. It's not a good idea. It's like professional gamblers or professional athletes don't show up to the competition trying to rely on luck. It takes a bunch of discipline and an actual plan. And so when you deviate from your plan and a disciplined route, sometimes you're punished a little bit and kicked back a little bit. But at the end of the day, fascinating game. And so I'm going to, over the weekend, watch pretty much everybody's single video that I haven't watched left on making money in Entropia and losing money in Entropia. I am taking notes. And then I think over the next couple weeks, I literally will cover every single aspect that I can find out. And I'll give you guys my opinion in some cases because that's, at the end of the day, all things are in some cases. And I'll give you the facts as I see them in some cases. And so I hope that helps out at the end of the day. I will see you guys next Monday. Peace, very best wishes, and I hope you guys have a great day.